Yeah, you know, I was like really sad, so I wrote this song. Wigga wigga wah, wigga wigga wah, wigga wigga wah, wah wah, wigga wigga wah, wigga wigga wah, wigga wigga wah, Martha. What's up, guys? Adam here from Infinite Reviews, taking a look at the new Batman from Mattel. As you may or may not know, recently Mattel has won the rights to the DC line, taking them, I don't know about completely away, but taking the core action figure line away from McFarlane Toys. And as far as I know, and I could be wrong, this is their first release. Let's take a look at it here. The packaging, I like this packaging. I like the weird angles it's cut at, the Batman back there in the back. You've got a really great look at what this figure is looking like with you can see a sprue with parts and accessories. You got the Mattel logo, of course, Batman action figurine, and then got the legalese stuff there. And on the back of the card, you get Batman with the cross sell. We got the Joker, Robin, and the Flash. There's the barcode if anyone's interested. And yeah, you know what? I think overall, I like the packaging. I'm going to real quick bring out a McFarlane. This is the Nightfall Batman that I have not opened yet, so you can see the difference there. Big packaging, of course. Number one thing here, much larger scale than McFarlane. I think they've shrunk this down. I'm gonna get the tape measure out and look. So this will actually hopefully play better with your Marvel Legends. That's notably the only big difference. Now, the box, as you can see there, quite a big difference. The McFarlane toy, much more collector friendly. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure that this is not just the kids line of the Mattel figures. There may be a collector line down the road, and it may be something I'm just unaware of at the moment. But we will keep that in mind and we'll check it out in the future if that should happen. Let's take a look at this Batman though. Wow, so there he is out of the package. Man, I do like it. I don't know what this little circle's for in his back. I'm sure we'll find out looking at the instructions over here and the accessories that he came with. But overall, I like this design. It's very Batman. It reminds me a lot of the newer Jorge Jimenez look in the new book, which is going really well, by the way. Maybe not doing absolute numbers, but it is doing great. I like this design. I mean, overall, I like the little ridges in the costume, the paint around the bat symbol, and I always love my Batman in blue and gray. That's my favorite look. Call me old-fashioned, but I grew up in the 80s, and the Superpowers Batman will forever be my favorite, along with, of course, Adam West. That's an awesome version. I've got the instructions here. They do show that this little setup here makes like a rack for you to put Batman's accessories on. So you press that down into that, and then it stands up there, and accessories on a sprue. So let's get these out. Okay, so all sprues off, disconnected. We have some batarangs. We have two types of batarang. One that looks like unfolded like this, kind of hard to see, but looks unfolded, like it's like not straight. And then you've got the typical, what I would call a typical batarang there. I do believe, just by looking at the belt, that yes, you can clip these accessories onto the belt like so. Even the little grappling gun there. Look at this. Woo. Oh, I said boop too early. Look at that. Clipped on there, and then whatever this is, probably a shark repellent bat spray. And there that is. So very cool that you can clip things on to his utility belt. That's a major feature of the Batman. I'm sure these also fit in his hands as well. And then, of course, you get this thing where you can hang his accessories up like so and create like a, I don't know what this is. I need to look at the instructions. You can create like a weapons rack for the bat. I don't know what this big thing would be either. I'm sure I'm gonna find out here in just a moment. when I look at these instructions. All right, so contents. Yep. Didn't really tell me anything. All right. So you've got shark repellent bat spray. I don't know what this is. Someone tell me in the comments, like, what is this? I'm not sure. Maybe you can see it there. It's very batty. Little handles on it. I'm not sure if he punches with it or... Let's see here. His hands, of course, are grippy. Maybe he can grip this thing. Maybe it's like a bat taser. I'm not sure. But very cool. I like the accessories. You know, classic. Batarang. You've got the gun. You got the things that clip onto his belt. I'm excited. Still don't know what this hole's for, but that's okay. Let's get the tape measure in here. See, he is, wow, look at that. I thought, so to the top of the head, he's right at 6.5 inches. So that is a definite departure from that McFarlane scale. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. Let's take a look at articulation real quick here. The head is on a ball joint there, as you can see, all the way around, 360 degrees there. It does pop off. There's a ball here, goes into the bottom of the head. There's a ball in the neck. Gives him all kinds of look up, look down. I think that's a really nice amount there. Oop, popped it off. Pop that back on. All right, shoulders on ball joints, they go 360 degrees. You've got the hinge there, as you can see, up and down, that far up. And then of course that far up, which is nice. I like it. Coming down, there is no swivel at the bicep there. So there's no cut there, but at the elbow, we've got, you know, I could have gone with a little better cut there, but that's okay. About 90 degrees. And then of course, 360 degrees at that elbow, coming down to the wrist. You have a pin, so it can hinge, not a lot of hinge, but a little bit, as you can see there, back and forward, back and forward. So some hinging action, and of course, 360 degrees on that. Coming down, there is no ab crunch or anything like that. Like I said, I think this is more the core children's figure, but we do get the waist there, goes side to side. Coming down from there, thighs, the hips, so his leg can kick forward that far, back that far. You've got a hip where you got a high thigh cut right there, allows 360 degrees, and we get the 3-part knee there, as you can see, and he can almost kick his own butt. Robo would be proud. There is no swivel there, and there's a light, here's some swivel right here at the boot cut. Very cool. And then there's nothing in the ankles or in the feet, so, you know, not as articulated as it could be. I will say this, I think the cape is the biggest letdown for me, in the fact that it's just kind of floppy cloth. I wish it had a wire in it or something, you know, make it a little bit posable. But this seems to be a very budget-friendly figure. This thing clocks in at $12.99 retail. At least that's what we have it for at Infinite Collectibles. So it's not like it's going to break the bank. Let's see. The accessories do fit in his hands pretty nicely. There's one of the batarangs. Let's get the always popular. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Batman is on his way. So let's do a little comparison to some other Batman figures. So I did mention superpowers earlier, and while this isn't legit the original, you can see the size comparison there. This is the Jim Lee redo, the McFarlane Toys version there. But there he is with the McFarlane Batman. This is the only one I have open at the time. You can see the scale. This one considerably larger over here. Let me see if I can get him to stand up, take his measurement. Oh, he dropped his guitar. He dropped his medal. That's not cool. Get this leg straightened out here. Let's see here. This guy, of course, he's a McFarlane. We all know he's 7-inch scale, but never hurts to take a quick look and prove it, right? Yeah, 7 inches to the top of the head, so half an inch bigger. But I think maybe Mattel is hopefully answering our prayers, so to speak, of that we want some DC figures that can match up with our Marvel Legends. And speaking of that, here he is with Cyclops, the latest, one of my latest Marvel Legends, and you can see that he scales very, very nicely. I'm excited about this. Now, the joints and everything are not as nice, but I absolutely love the way that they are scaling together. Look at that. And there's Batman with one of the oversized Hulk Marvel Legends, just to give you an idea of that scale, which I think this update to the scale is going to be awesome. Hopefully Mattel brings in a more collector-friendly line with a little bit more articulation, a little bit more posability. But I think overall, I mean, I dig this. I like the way it looks. The cape's my biggest, I think, concern, and also this weird hole in the back of it that's not really great for posability, for setting him up on my shelf. But, you know, you don't really see his back too much. I don't love this large cutout that you can see around his shoulders there. I mean, it just kind of breaks the flow a little bit. I wish there was a butterfly, maybe a little bit of ab crunch, but I do like the fact that the belt is a separate piece and you can kind of move it around. And I love the fact that you can actually clip stuff onto it. I think that's cool. And the colors, man, the colors really pop. So while not my favorite Batman toy of all time, that goes to that 1984 Superpowers. I think it's 84. But this is a really nice Batman for, like I said, like $12.99. That's a great price point. Seeing as how McFarlane's are getting up there, 20, 25, 30 bucks. So yeah, there he is. I think I like it. I'm looking forward to the rest of this line. I don't know that I'll buy them all, but I just had to have Batman though. You know, Batman is kind of the guy when it comes to DC Comics. For me, at the very least, Batman's absolutely my favorite. So yeah, very cool. I hope you'll consider picking him up. Maybe he meets your criteria for a new action figure. I know we've had an ass load of Batman from McFarlane, so you may be not needing another core Batman, which is totally understandable. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please hit like, hit subscribe, follow us for more video reviews of all things geek, action figures, comic books, things of that nature. Thanks a lot. Peace out.